What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great morning. My name is Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto world and the market. The market is dipping today. Why is it dipping? Because USA. I don't know. We're down $79 billion on the day, on a day when the Dow Jones is pumping. We're having that broad-based sell-off taking place right about now as we get to the next step. And the next step, by the way, is the FOMC meeting this afternoon and the potential rate cut that comes with it. Now, will that rate cut come? Insiders are saying that it is a lock right now that we're going to get a 25-point basis cut. After we get that 25 basis cut, we're going to get a pause to assess market conditions going forward. At least that's what we're being told from alleged insiders at this point. And whether that is or is not the case, I don't really know. But we will find out in pretty short order as this market continues to bottom out. And by the way, the one thing that you can rest assured, scam wicks are going to come and they are going to continue, because the entire purpose of the financial institutions that are engaging in trading in this market is to steal money from you to give to them. And the way that they do that is by buying, selling, and trading massive amounts of the cryptocurrency to create gigantic wicks that liquidate so many people up and down in futures trading. That is the sole purpose. The people with the most win the most. It's just economics at this point. So we're going to talk about all that and more. And we got some updates for some of the issues that have been going on a few ecosystems. And a surprising crypto is in the top 10 upcoming cryptos on Binance. Do you know which one that is? You know which one it is. You just don't believe me until you see it. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleav. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, here we go. This is your day. This is the day. You chose this path, by the way. You chose crypto. And Amit says, Tema is on fire. I saw Tema had taken off last night. I already turned 1 Solana into like 40 Solana with Tema to begin with. So I was real happy with my position. But guess what? Continued to happen over here. It was this. It absolutely broke out. And by the way, what I tell you it was going to do, I told you it was going to do 2.9 cents. What did it do? 2.9 cents. That was the next impulse move. And it was based on the market cap. And it was based on the market cap going up to this level. And it can continue to go. It might still continue on, and it might continue breaking out. But it had a crazy run up about 4x. And by the way, if I had left in, I want to say that this would now be about 130 Solana. So but I don't care. Like I didn't miss out on anything because I won at the Solana war to begin with. So who cares? You know what I mean? Did I miss the top? Yeah, but I was only transactional down here at the bottom to get up into this range right here. And when that happened, I was golden, baby. And actually, I was over here at the end of November where it was way down here, and I caught this little ride up here. So if you stayed in and you witnessed this big breakout, then shout out to you, because you, my friend, got very, 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 very lucky. Market cap now 28 million. So shout out to everybody who's making it. Make sure you take your initial investment out. Don't get wrecked over some kind of wild pie in the sky ideology. Speaking of wild pie in the sky ideologies, GemPad. GemPad is the criminal organization that is stealing money from MSI holders right now, but you know, they're not. Hello, everyone. Our team, let me take you back here on a journey. And it was just yesterday where they were 32 different cryptos on GemPad were hacked and the liquidity was stolen. Now, that flashes us forward to this. Our team is still in shock from the events that unfolded yesterday. We take safety very seriously, and we never imagined something like this could happen. GemPad's locked contracts have been thoroughly audited by two of the most reputable companies in the space, Cyberscope and SolidProof, both confirming that there were no risks on the contract. Now, who guarantees these, right? So here's the thing, and this would be the question that I would have. Number one, does GemPad guarantee their security? And if they do, did they or do they have the funds in order to compensate each one of the projects? 27, I'm sorry, it wasn't 32, it was 27 projects that were affected, but do they have the funds to fix the 27 projects for a total of $2.2 million? And that's the question that we would be asking. So and here are the audits, by the way. Cyberscope, here's the audit on GitHub, and here's the audit on SolidProof. Thanks to the swift intervention of a trusted cybersecurity company that reached out to us yesterday, the issue in the contract was identified very quickly, ensuring no further projects on GemPad are at risk. Out of over 3,000 projects launched or locked through us, 27 were affected yesterday. While any impact is deeply regrettable and should never happen, this is where it gets interesting. While any impact is deeply regrettable and should never happen, we are relieved the damages were not more extensive and proud of how fast our team acted to mitigate the issue. Both things can be true. Today, we will be holding an internal team meeting to finalize a plan for supporting the affected projects. Our top priority is recovering the stolen funds, and we are working closely with our partners and specialized cybersecurity firms who are already on the case. We deeply appreciate your understanding and support during this challenging time. Now, here's the thing. What are they doing? Number one, if you just, as a company, said, hey, we're trusted, well, you just got scammed by something. So are you trusted, or are you a scammer like the other people? Because if you're trusted, then you owe 27 projects their liquidity back. Nothing more. You don't owe them a profit. You don't owe them anything other than just making sure that what you said was secure. Now, GemPad should be taking care of this issue, and then after that, they should be going after Cyberscope or SolidProof. And if they can't go after Cyberscope or SolidProof because neither one of those guarantees their work, then we have an even bigger problem. Thus, this is why the SEC and the CFTC are so necessary in the crypto space, because guess what? You've got this company out here who's taking thousands of projects and allegedly locking the liquidity of these projects, but not actually doing it because it's hackable. And then they're blaming it on the audits of two different companies that provide no guarantees if that's the case. If it is the case and there are guarantees, then take care of it and handle it over the next 24 to 48 hours or 72 hours, because why would you, quote unquote, kill 27 different projects? Even if 2.4 million cryptos is way too many. I hope everybody understands what I'm saying here, because it's ridiculous that this company is not doing something, or at least there's nothing that's been done so far. Now, to get into this, MSI, of course, shared this They shared this, and of course, it's not in North Korea. It couldn't be in North Korea because it wouldn't be allowed to transact, do business. But it was discussion last night. So Pablo basically said, I'm going to take care of it one way or another, right? The liquidity will be a question, and they're going to build it back. MSI, I believe at this point, I'm telling you something that I think is true, that will probably be fleshed out over the next few hours, but that MSI is going to relaunch on Solana so that there are no problems with the liquidity or with transaction fees on the Ethereum network. So effectively at this point, and again, there's been a lot of people since the announcements were coming out that started selling off, and then they started buying it back, and then it started selling back down because, you know, they whatever reason, right? So that is, and by the way, basically Pablo said, you know what, hold on to your tokens because don't trade them and don't sell them. But you know, you can't speak to everybody, so you're getting the small people selling off, which may have been some pretty big amounts and stuff like that. And you can even see right here, 10,000 in liquidity was removed at this point right here. I think that was from Pablo trying to protect what little there was left to make sure that there was something for that relaunch. So the relaunch probably going to take place on Solana over the next couple days. I don't know how the token replacement's going to go or anything like that. Now, I did speak in their space last night, and I said that, you know, this is crypto, and sometimes bad things will happen. And, you know, GemPad apparently is going to replace the liquidity. Like, apparently they are going to replace it. But what needs to happen at this point is it needs to be converted over to a different blockchain while the opportunity exists for itself, get a new contract, whatever. So you're going to see a big move from the team over the next couple of days as they relaunch on another blockchain. But, you know, Pablo's telling you, just don't sell, just hold on to it because I'm going to swap it out for something new. Well, there's a bunch of people who were not going to have to do that. They took huge losses, which, by the way, mitigates some of the problem. I hate to say, but, you know, if you G'd out, you G'd out. You know what I mean? Anyway, so what I said was, you know, they don't owe you equality of outcome. You're still a trader. You still have to recognize the signs and the symbols and make decisions for yourself and stuff like that. They owe you an equal opportunity. And Leo, the question was, what about tokens on exchanges? I don't know the answer to that yet. We're going to find out what the answer to that is very, very shortly. At this point, I'm not speaking for the team as a team member or anything. I am just telling you what I heard. And that, you know, again, don't sell your tokens because you're going to be able to, you will definitely, if nothing else, be able to swap them for the new project. That's the important part. You're going to be able to swap them for the new project. And GemPad is supposed to replace the liquidity, and that liquidity would go into the new project. So you stand to benefit greatly. And a launch on a new blockchain, especially something like Solana, might actually be for the best. You know, maybe moving away from Ethereum was good after all. So we'll see whether or not it is and it happens. But as you can see right here from the chart, you got your crazy scam wicks over here. This is on the 15-minute. You can see it just kind of getting wild over here. But so that's what's going on with it. And it'll be tied to ticker trending. Nothing is going to change. They actually had, and here's the funny thing. Pablo actually had a pretty large announcement getting ready to come out to begin with. And, you know, it was actually working. Something's been working in the pipeline for a while. And now it's, since it's not, since things have changed a little bit. Yeah, hold on to the MSI on ETH. Should be we're just basically going to swap it to Solana, I believe, is the play. I'm not sure. Look, I'm not entirely sure. As soon as I know, I'll be putting out something so that everybody knows what to do. But yeah, so he had a big announcement getting ready, which he thought was going to pump the shit out of the chart. You know, you never know, right? But here's the thing. if all of this happens and it goes on a new chain and the launch goes and like if everything gets done over there, then you probably are going to get a significant pump out of MSI. So don't move off of the bag yet. And if you did already, sorry. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, I think that was discussed last night as well, but he said, no, I want to keep MSI. Like that's, kind of his mantra. So I think that's what he wants to do. But let's move on now. When I get more information, I will give you more information. Now, Binance Square Crypto Daily put out the top 10 innovative crypto projects to watch in 2025. The number one project was Veracity. With a 250% increase, Veracity's VRA token is one of the hottest altcoins since Bitcoin's recent surge to new all-time highs. Known for its patented ad fraud detection technology, Veracity leverages blockchain and AI to address a multi-billion-dollar annual issue that continues to plague the digital advertising industry. Founded in 2017, Veracity is a time-tested crypto project that has weathered the storm of the industry's most turbulent market periods. But that's not the rest of it. With legacy projects like Ripple and Lumen soaring back into the spotlight, Veracity should undoubtedly be on every trader's list in the coming months. The next one up, DevE. DevE is number 2 on the top 10 altcoins in crypto for Binance Square. DevE is a blockchain ecosystem built to make blockchain simple, scalable, and impactful for everyone. It starts with the Dev Exchange, a fast, low-fee platform that makes trading digital assets easy and rewarding for everyday users while setting a new benchmark for tokenizing real-world assets. At its core, DevE's blockchain sharding technology delivers infinite scalability and instant settlement, ensuring speed, reliability, and congestion-free transactions. This innovation removes friction, enabling global regulatory compliance. Beyond trading, DevE empowers institutions and enterprises with state-level compliant infrastructure to build scalable solutions in finance, carbon markets, and beyond. Now, what does that mean? So here's what it means. It's actually very, very simple here. It removes and it includes state-level compliant infrastructure. And here's the thing. What this basically means is, let's just say that I'm in the USA, right? And I'm a business and I'm trying to do business in Russia. If the laws in Russia do not allow for payment in a specific way, then the Dev blockchain will not allow that, so that you as a business will safely always be in compliance with the laws of your land and their land, and you can transact according to whatever the laws are. That way, it will protect your company from any future litigation or the possibility of that litigation by making sure that you don't do illicit or illegal transactions in cross-border payments or anything like that. As well, it's not in the article, but it should also be noted, HIPAA compliance is programmed into this blockchain as well. So in the medical field, if you have something going on in medical in some way, and you're wanting to transact and trade data across the blockchain for medical purposes, then you do have the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, and you do have to be in compliance with that in the information that you share with people and the disclosures that you have for sharing that data to any other company or any other entity, and it is fully compliant with that as well. It's making your job and your life simpler, and that's what it's all about. And remember, I told you before that there is a big time partner that that's in the pipeline, led by Ray Quintana, a UN delegate and top U.S. venture fund leader, alongside industry veterans, including an ex-BlackRock leadership. Whether you're trading assets, building solutions, or exchanging value, DevE makes it simple, secure, and accessible for everyone. Let's go back to this one more time. Ray Quintana was a UN delegate and top U.S. venture fund leader, and Duncan Murray was former leadership at BlackRock. These are the guys leading this project. What do you think is going to happen? This thing is going to explode. And I tell you that all the time. And of course, when you look at the price, I was telling you that at 12 cents. I was telling you that at 50 cents. I was telling you that at 25 cents. I was telling you that at 30 cents. Right now, it's trading at 75 cents. And that's just a dip that it had. And look, I don't know if we're done right now. By the way, if you're looking at it and you're looking for an entry, I'm not sure. Let me do this right here, right there. and then there. I would fully expect a test of this channel, except if you notice on this that sometimes you get up to the heart line and then you come back down like you did right there. Sometimes you have the heart line right here. You come up, you dangle around that heart line and then you pop, right? So it is entirely possible that because we've hit that heart line a couple times, we bounced above it, we're coming back down. It could be that we just kind of wicked in that heart line and we're headed back up. We might come back down here, another test down here, another breakout here. Like there's anything that could happen, but the way this is playing out right now, I would expect that this thing is going to continue up to the top of this range before breaking out. And if it breaks out, all bets are off. And then you can start looking at that all-time high over here at $2.25. But I think it's going to explode past that very, very soon. Now, I don't know when I say very, very soon if it's going to be December, because it's the end of the year. I can't imagine that a large company is waiting until Christmas time to make an announcement for limited impact, I would say. I would imagine that any announcement that would be in the pipeline or that would be forthcoming would probably be in January. That is a guess from me. It could happen any moment. I don't know. But when it does, I do think that DevE starts to hit that stratosphere. All right. So I might end up being wrong, by the way. It may not be $9.67 by the end of the year at this point. I don't know. If they make an announcement, then not only is it going to be $9.67, I think it's going to go to $50. Like, I think it's like once they announce who this partner is, if I'm right, this thing is just going to absolutely break out. And by the way, when you start looking around, you start looking at things like Ondo. Like, I think that what you're going to look at is you're going to look at this thing doing like Ondo. Ondo launched over here at 8 cents. It's now at 2.85. Okay. So, I think that this is the type of, life-changing shit you're about to witness. You start off over here, you end up over here, and that's a 10x from where you are. I think that 10x is coming over the next little while for DevE. So on that list, along with that is AI Companions. It's one of the most exciting crypto projects, merges AI, VR, and AR. Also, Cyrus, a trailblazer in the data economy. Then you have Seek. It's becoming the digital world continues to evolve. Seek is at the forefront, connecting communities and unlocking opportunities for creators and consumers alike. The platform is revolutionizing how content is created, owned, and monetized by empowering creators and building a sustainable digital economy. With the rise of the creator economy, Seek provides tools and infrastructure for creators to take control of their work, including a seamless way to distribute and sell across platforms like Meta, Apple, and Microsoft. Also, Best Change is a cryptocurrency exchanger directory. It's a leading platform where crypto exchange service connects with consumers. Let's go check this out, by the way. I meant to go see this. This is Best Change that we're looking at right now. And buy and sell crypto and fiat, best exchange rate and how to exchange. And then here are the places right now, and it gives you who you can exchange your crypto for money with. So yeah, that seems like it's pretty important. Tradu is a platform eliminating hidden fees with a clear pricing model and versatile trading tools to suit every strategy. And it supports over 50 or over 40 crypto pairs. Also, you have Torum. Then you have Injective, which is gaming. It's I think it's a roll up of some sort. Injective is the first and only blockchain built for finance. It is an open interoperability layer. And by the way, maybe I'm thinking of Immutable. Sorry, I was thinking of Immutable. Injective is another one, and sub-second block times while sustaining enormous throughput, 25,000 plus transactions. It's not the 8 million that DevE supports, but that's still a lot, and it's more than almost every other blockchain not named DevE. So that's a pretty big one. And by the way, when you come over here and, again, not to toot the horn of, DevE too much, but Injective, $2.7 billion market cap. So where does DevE fit in? You know what I mean? So I would get a sense here that, something like that would be the look. I think DevE is $1 billion market cap. Also, Fetch AI. Let's do 3.9 billion market cap. I mean, again, it's, these are the things that I think are going to happen over here for Devi. It's on the list with a lot of these big time players. And then you have Sun right here. And it already has a $290 million market cap. And this, by the way, is the new like pump.fun for the Tron network. So, there's a lot going on out here in all of these ecosystems. So check out Devi today. Let's get into the bigger news. Crypto analysts now predicting a wave of crypto ETFs, XRP for sure, Litecoin, HBAR, Solana. And this is Eric Balkunis. He says, we expect a wave of cryptocurrency ETFs next year, but not all at once. First out is likely the Bitcoin plus ETH combos, then probably Litecoin because it's a fork of Bitcoin, then HBAR, which was not labeled a security, and then XRP and Solana would be coming after that. So it looks like we've got a huge opportunity right here. Like, guys, the crypto bull market is about to start. It's about to get absolutely bonkers and crazy. Guys, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. We only have 86 people here today. Did I fart or something? Like, what is going on? Anyway, XRP whales are now going on a buying spree, which I've been telling you for days now that, the whales just continue to keep accumulating. And we got an attempt yesterday at a breakout, but, USA, just trying to make some profit, bro. Just trying to make some profit. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to get a little bit of ching, 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 a ching, ching, whatever the fuck, they say. But we had a nice little recovery. We had a nice little bounce, probably going to continue, by the way. But there is one piece to this that might be a little bit nerve-shattering, nerve-wracking to this right here, and that's this. Arthur Hayes is predicting crypto will see a harrowing dump around Trump's inauguration. Arthur Hayes expects crypto markets to experience a harrowing dump around Trump's inauguration day. Hayes says crypto investors' expectation for the upcoming policy changes are far from reality. The gap between the crypto market's high expectations of the upcoming administration and reality will cause a major crypto sell-off upon Trump's inauguration. Hayes, who now manages a family office named Maelstrom, and by the way, this makes perfect sense when you just consider what these markets do, and they work counter to your narratives. And that's when they gouge you, and that's when you get scam wicks, which I keep saying we've got to avoid those, right? So there is a real and distinct possibility that over the next little while, we see something like that happen. Like, we see some kind of just absolute falling off the edge of a cliff sort of dump. And by the way, if they're looking to say, well, yeah, I mean, it happened back in 2020 or something like that. I mean, because I've seen people who have been using 3-year cycles as a 4-year cycle, just ridiculous, dumb stuff, right? So I see those. So it could be. What he says is this. The market will instantly wake up to the reality that Trump has had a best 1 year to enact and any policy changes on or around January 20th. This realization will lead to a vicious sell-off and other Trump 2.0 equity trades. The crypto market is still amid an extended price rally triggered by pro-crypto candidate Trump's win in November. This is, and by the way, I don't know who wrote this. Danny Park. Danny Park is an idiot. I mean, guys, look. They're telling you that the reason that the market is pumping is because Donald Trump won the November election. Joe Biden won the 2020 election and crypto pumped even harder than it's pumping right now. It has nothing to do with the presidency. Presidency just represents an opportunity for greater upside or greater downside in the amount of pump. And I don't think smart people understand it. Smart people, and by the way, the smart people are the ones that are creating the scam wicks and taking your money from you anyway, obviously. And then the dumbs, they're just saying stuff like, when Donald Trump wins, it's because they're going to make the crypto then go up to 100 million, billion, trillion. Because they're idiots, right? It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. However, if he does good things for the crypto space, it goes up more. Trump's win has raised anticipation for a drastic change in crypto regulation. Now, Is it being priced in already? Everything gets priced into markets. Like people are just not clearly thinking this shit through is all I'm saying. Hayes said most elected legislators start campaigning at the end of 2025. Why did you and your friends farm mouth on pump fun? I haven't farmed any mouth on pump. I don't know what that, I have no idea what this fucking means. All right. By the way, I am a holder of mouth token. Just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean that I don't have mouth token. But I think that it has to reach like radium bonding, and that's like 92,000 market cap. So I have no idea, what's going to happen over there. And I, look, I'm just a holder, so I have no idea what. Not making enough here. No, I'm making plenty here, but I'm not farming anything. And if you can't look in the crypto wallets down below, and you can't see what I am and am not doing, you're stupid and you don't know how to do crypto. And that's how you sound in my head if you just come in and say dumb shit. Anyway, if you want to, you track everything I do down below. Ta-da. It's pretty simple, actually. So nonetheless, Hayes did foresee a possibility that his strategy backfires by selling early while the crypto bull market continues with Trump's coronation. Knowing this, we are committed to admitting defeat in the bull market. Steamrolls through January 20th, licking your wounds and getting back on the bull. That's what's going to happen. You're going to have a continuation of the bull run because it doesn't really have anything to do with the presidency. It just has to do with what the market wants to see. And the market is ready for that bull run. So we're going to see a big bull run. So look for consolidation on XRP. Look for an explosive move on XRP. Look for, I told you, by the way, there's going to be a big dump that happens. There will be a big dump that happens. I just don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Also, Circle CEO gives an update on stablecoin legislation and Bitcoin future. That's Jeremy Allaire. I just bounced to 272 yesterday. So what I think is going to happen is it's going to rip up to $5 is what I think the next big move for XRP is. So 243-ish. I mean, isn't it there now? I mean, it's like that's where it is right now. It was where it was a few minutes ago. Yesterday it was up to 272. So, I think ultimately what it looks like is right up here, and right here. It's actually down here a little bit. Somewhere between $4.60 and $5, I think, is the next big impulse move. And by the way, it's not for nothing. It's just if I took the trend lines and I said, well, these are the next trend lines and stuff like that, and I move that over here, it checks out that that's going to be the next one. And by the way, this one is about the same. This one is about the same. So I would think that this is the next move. So $5 most likely for XRP. But back to it. Jeremy Allaire recently discussed stablecoin legislation, and he says he shared his thoughts on the volatile crypto outlook. The central theme of his discussion was that clear federal legislation needs to be passed around stablecoins if the mainstream is to widely adopt digital assets. While he believed Bitcoin fixed supply could make it a viable reserve asset, he argues that federal legislation could enable stablecoins to function as true digital cash. And that's where we're really getting to, that spot where the important part is how do we make this market more sustainable for just your random investors, for just random investors. How do we do that? And it has to be stablecoin legislation, because you have to have, you as a trader or as somebody who wants to use cryptocurrency and digital assets, the way you're going to use it is not going to be. And by the way, a lot of people put a lot into Bitcoin as currency or Dogecoin as currency because Elon Musk and his extra chromosome are like, no, that's exactly what we're going to do. That's not currency. That's stupid. Okay. What is currency, however, is stable coins. If stable coins are back to $1, then that becomes the online currency of the future. That's the way this works. And what you would do is you would invest in other assets and other businesses, just like you were doing before. Like today, you take your dollars and your money from your bank and you give to trading firm and you buy select assets, or you put your money on Robinhood in dollars and it's equated in dollars, and you buy an asset in dollars, whether it be gold or silver or Microsoft or MicroStrategy or Apple or Google or whatever it is that you buy, right? And then it makes money or it loses money. And then you sell that asset and you have either more or less of your dollar. And then you go to the store and you don't buy with gold. You don't buy with silver. You don't buy with, I'll give you 9 MicroStrategies for your used vehicle. That's retarded. That I'm sorry, that has an extra crumb. That works for Tesla. Do you know what I mean? That's not how it's going to work. It's going to work through stable coins. At best, it's going to work through Satoshis, but that doesn't even make sense at this point. It's going to be stablecoin legislation turning it into money. Boom. You know what I'm saying? He who shall be named is asking a great question, which, goddamn it, okay, so here is the way that I'm to understand it. Market cap that should be followed is this one right here on DevE, and it is the one right here, 28.86. Now, the reason for that is because this was immediately done the right way. And anytime something goes into circulating supply, it's immediately accounted for by Uniswap and DEX Tool. So the original, there's 75 million total tokens, but the circulating supply right now is 38 million. So the current market cap is 28.68. Total market cap is 56 million. Now, when you come over to an asset over here, for example, if you were to use XRP. So XRP has a circulating supply, which is 57 billion, and then a total supply, which is basically 100 billion. So the market cap right here of 141 billion right now is not the total market cap. The fair dollar value, which is the total market cap, is 247 billion. So that's the way that, this is the way that you should look at it over here, because on DevE, like, they don't have it right. Now, one of the things that they don't have right on DevE on CoinMarketCap for me is when you look at it here, you've got 62 million market cap, but it's got a fair dollar value of 223 million. That makes no sense whatsoever, right? And it's based on a total supply of 120 million DevE, but they don't have 120 million DevE. There's 75 million DevE. So, they've got, and they won't update. And by the way, over here, it says there's 300 million in total supply. So, and circulating is 83. Like, they just got wild numbers over here, and they can't seem to get, CoinMarketCap keeps telling them we're going to take care of it. You know what I mean? I can't, the CoinMarketCap continue to take care of it, but they're not taking care of it. And by the way, one of the things that I do want to point out is when you look at the volume over here, it is still in Uniswap, but Gate.io now has $500,000 in volume on DevE every day, and MEXC about 200,000. Now, I don't trust MEXC, but it still has, right there. And you can see right there, the reason that it's weird on volume is because these are, like DevE's at 76 cents here, 74. That's arbitrage opportunity. You know what I mean? So I don't think these numbers are correct. I think the numbers over here on DEX Tools, I am told those are correct. So I would be looking at this right here. But just remember that DevE, if they don't fix it, if it doesn't get fixed on CoinMarketCap, it's not going to really matter. What matters is over here. And by the way, if you own DevE, like I own DevE, in that you are buying it on Uniswap, then this is the only price that matters right there. That's what you're trading based on. So that's the one that matters the most. And by the way, when you look at DevE, that bounce right there that's happening right now, I think it's going to lead to 90 cents one more time. Because again, what do I tell you that these things play out? They play out to from one to zero, right? And then back down into either the golden ratio, or it could dip down even harder, which it did. And then the recovery should go up into the 236 over time, taking it to 90 cents. And then it should go back down to 75. And then we should have a breakout and test the all-time here. And then we should go up to the next level of resistance, which is going to be right there at $1.15. That's what I think is going to happen to DevE over the next little while. That's what I think the market will look like. And look, I don't know. You never know how it's going to play out. Remember, look, there's a lot of people. The one thing that I'm going to say to you, and by the way, if you are a whale, you are not going to like this. Spoiler alert. Okay. There are a lot of whales out here in these chats that act like whales, but they sure as shit are not, they're not mentally whales. To me, a whale is a guy who's willing to buy a lot and to sit on it for a long time, and not just a transactional trader. And that's what most of the whale chats are. Transactional traders who are just looking for a way to pump something so that they can sell it. Okay. Now, if you're a child, if you're a child, you need to be immediately stimulated. Or if you're childlike in nature, you need to be immediately stimulated, right? I wasn't playing with you and I wasn't crying to you at 12 cents, right, on DevE. I'm not crying to you when it goes from $1 to 75 cents. You know, I'm not crying about all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and by the way, there's a lot of people who bought this thing at $2. You know, but here's the thing. When you go into some of these chats and you see these whale chats, these are not the people, these are not your friends. These are the guys that will immediately sell off. And let me go no further, by the way. Let me go no further than the situation that just happened over right here. And this is, for those of you that don't know, this is Cortex, okay? A couple of months ago, a guy came in, a whale, okay? A whale came in. And look at the pump. Okay. Now this whale bought right here. You see where I circled right there? So a little while back at about 25 cents, a whale stepped in and started buying an absolute ton. It bought 10 million Cortex. Okay. So he paid a couple $1 million for Cortex. What happened? People got super excited about Cortex, and what happened? Boom, 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 boom. Comes back down a little bit, and then it starts to spike. Boom, 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 boom. Came up to $1, and what did he do? He sold half of it up here. And by the way, let me point out, he sold half of it and made all of his money plus profit. This guy put $2.5 million, or let's call it, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 million in right here, cashed out half of it for $4 million, made $1 million in profit, and now he's still holding 5 million more. And people know where that's going to go. So people are now selling off. This guy absolutely manipulated everybody in Cortex. Okay. And now, because he sold off, now they're selling off, because now they're like, well, he still has 5 million, which means that he's probably going to sell off again. And that means that I'm going to tell before, because I'm not going to let him make that profit. And again, that's the way you talk when you do stupid shit like that. So the whales who were whale buddies with him are now selling off because they don't want him to sell off and dunk on the price even more and mess up their buys. So it is absolutely crazy. You got manipulated by one single dude, and that's what's happening right there. So that's why I don't respect and or trust some of the whales that are in these whale chats. So with that being said, if you are a whale to me and you hold on for a long period of time and you have a clear, like, you know, if you walk into one of those chats, you're like, look, I'm gonna sell at $5. That's, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. This, you know, you know the strategy and stuff like that. Fine. But if really the whales are just people who are crying, and by the way, look, here's the thing. If you made $1 million off a SHIB or $10 million off a SHIB, okay, you are a whale by all means. However, if you're trading like a meme coin, shit coin guy, I'm sorry, you're not really a whale. You're just a baby who's about to lose millions of dollars. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Whew. MSI is not a rug pull. So Marcus, if you scroll back a little bit at the top of the show, I explained what happened. So for anybody who doesn't know, GemPad, which is where the liquidity was locked, was hacked. And after being hacked, they're going to replace it. It is my understanding. So right now, there's a couple days. And by the way, MSI is going to relaunch on Solana. When it relaunches on Solana, that liquidity is going to be moved over to Solana. And by the way, they do not have the liquidity from GemPad yet. So the idea here is Pablo is going to fund it. Pablo, it is my understanding, is going to do the right thing for himself and his people, and he's going to fund it himself. Pablo has millions of dollars in crypto. Okay, so it's not going to. But you know, and by the way, I don't know if they're going to do this right here. I don't know if it's going to be airdropped or if you're going to have to, there should be a mechanism by which you can convert your tokens into Solana tokens. I don't know exactly what the method is, but I assure you we'll be putting out a couple of videos on it when we have clarity on exactly what is going to happen. I hope when Gary Gensler is removed, clarity and clear regulations follow so that crypto can move in the right direction. I think that it's going to happen very, very quickly. Okay. I think it's going to happen very quickly. I don't know if it'll blow up. I know that I think it's a great move. Get into the ecosystem that people are trading on. And by the way, if you look at all chains right now, 24-hour volume, who's number one? Solana, by a long shot. And the fees generated over here, $8 million yesterday on Ethereum, 3.72 million on Solana. It's a vibrant chain. Solana is continuing to make its way. It is only a matter of time, by the way, for everybody who doesn't understand. Solana is trying to break out right now, and this market is being what the French would call a real dick biter to this situation. But I think that Solana yesterday was trying to break out, along with some other stuff. Like everything, I think, was trying to have that little rally, that exciting little rally. And I think, again, the traders, the U.S. traders and people like that, yeah. Did Pablo say not to buy the dip? Yeah, he said stop. He said he would recommend that you stop trading right now to let them move everything over, because if you look at it right now, here's the thing. A lot of people sold in the last couple of hours, and those people are scared, and that's fair enough. I mean, like, if you're scared, I understand. They're scared because that happened, but they're losing tons of money by selling. And what are they doing? They're selling anyway. And you can see here, there's not a lot of people selling at this point. There were last night, but Pablo removed the liquidity from it so that people would stop trading. And people are still trading, big amounts for small bags. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. What you should be doing is just giving it a little bit of time, let them do their thing, and then you're going to get the best return by sticking with it for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, there's no way that this is, like, it's not a good move right now to buy and sell and trade on MSI. So wait for it to do whatever it is that it's going to do. Anyway, as I was saying, Solana has been trying to break out. Some other stuff been trying to break out, just hasn't broken out yet. But it will be at $260, I think, in a couple days. Like, I still kind of hold out that not only will it be at 260, but I think that it's on a run to 400 by the end of the year. Ew. By the end of the year, I think it's going to be there. So I would consider that there's going to be a big move right there. Also, is Solana's rise a sign of Cardano's decline? And where is Cardano right now? Cardano is trading at $1.02 after having its big breakout to $1.32. And by the way, I think Cardano breaks out to $3 again pretty soon. Remember, Charles Hoskinson, he's been kind of in the news quite a bit. So the next surge, I think, will be led by Cardano, will be led by Bitcoin, will be led by Ethereum, will be led by Solana. I think Cardano's still in the cut, but they are asking a fair question here. Is it time to take your money out of Cardano and put it into Solana? And look, it's very, very simple here. If you look at the chains over here and you look at the traffic, Cardano is number 34. It only has 40 protocols building on it and 45,000 active addresses, where Solana has millions, has 4 times as many protocols, has multiple times the total value locked, multiple times the market cap. And when you look at it, it's just subjectively way superior in every way in terms of traffic to Cardano. So if Cardano were to surge to $3, then Solana is going to surge to $900 to $1,200, if that makes sense. Like I think that, you know, Solana could go up to $1,300 in this bull run. Cardano, on the other hand, I don't have near the bullish outlook on Cardano. But if we were to look at it from the same context and we were to say, you know, this is the dip, this is the rip, this is where it could go. I mean, it could go to $12, but I don't think that it will. Like, I just don't see it. I don't think the bullish sentiment on Cardano is nearly as good as it was before. However, if you guys remember, in March, I gave you a prediction, and my prediction was that by the end of the year, Cardano would be up to $1.10. It's at $1.02 right now, already had a high of $1.30. So am I calling this shit? Yeah. Market cap, or not market cap, but fear and greed index is still pretty hot. So I think we're still going to continue on. I think we get the rate cut. When we get the rate cut, by the way, I think there's going to be a dump. Okay. I think the market is going to dump. And I think we might get another scam wick. Here's what I think is going to happen for anybody who's wondering. I think we're going to come down somewhere close to that daily 50 MA. And you can see it right here, just kind of moving here. I could see a $10,000 one of these right here, just a big doji scam wick kind of bullshit candle. I could see that happening like right now, you know, leading us into this. So, I don't see, here's the thing. Okay. Like, for anybody who's asking me about, I don't know. I feel like it could happen. I feel like the possibility exists, but man, oh man, I would be certainly nervous. I think Pablo's going to honor everything, and that whatever you have in terms of tokens, you'd be able to transfer, but I don't know. I think what they tried to do, and I think the reason that he pulled the liquidity last night was to stop people from doing, is to stop people from doing just that. So, you know, I don't know what the end result is yet, but, you know, look, I mean, it's only going to take a couple of days. Like they asked last night in the chat, which, by the way, let's go look here real quick, and I'll tell you guys. All right, all we can do with the current tokens on ETH is pray GemPad has a solution for us on liquidity. That's what they were doing, and that's what GemPad says. If liquidity is added, you all can take your funds available. And what he's saying is you can just take your money out there. As far as moving forward, we will launch a fresh Solana contract and post the contract address here in the Telegram. The name of the token is still to be determined. Here's a list of the tokens affected by the hack. And by the way, this is there is a list right here of the tokens, and I'll pop this up. Why is it popping up on that? Anyway, it's Molus, Kohler, FOMO, MSI, Trump's Flight, HEM, One World Chain, Nutcash, Sensi, Anon-Fi, Law of Attraction, Dub Token, Allen Base, Boundless Pay, Dare, Munch, Tender, Katamoto. So there are a bunch of different tokens here that were affected by this. So I don't think that we should. And here was the voice chat. I don't know if they recorded it or not. If it wasn't recorded, then sorry, but it's still, they'll tell you whatever you need to know pretty soon about, you know, what that next step looks like. So, but again, I do think that this market could dip down here into this 90,000 level like that at a moment's notice. Now, I am still long on Solana, to give you guys a heads up here. I did take out, let's go to the futures here. I have a very small, very small trade going on right now. I was going to DCA my way if it dipped down enough, but I haven't gotten that moment there. See, my estimated liquidation is 210, and I thought that I would set myself another buy somewhere around 211, just in case it went down to 211, but I really haven't seen that yet. It looks like it could start to dip, but I'm encouraged by this new trend that's happening right here, where we got this right here and this right here. So it looks like it's starting to build upwards, like reversed. The momentum seems to have reversed here. I don't know if it's not just this right here, like a dead cat bounce, and then we're going lower. It may be the case. I don't think it is. So I think that 201, we probably don't visit there. So I'm just going to hold on to this for a little while and just see where it goes. It's only a few bucks anyway. So if I lose, what is it, $13? If I lose $13, I don't give a shit. So 25x on Solana. Who cares? But what I thought to do was take it and DCA my way in case it goes to 211 for just a few more bucks and just see what happens here, see what my liquidation comes down to, and then set another one at $200 just in case, or right before liquidation, buy a bigger bag. So from 13, put in like $50 at 211. That will take the DCA way down, and then put $200 more in at around 200, because that would change that DCA down there. If that makes sense to you guys, I'm just going to continue to DCA my way down and protect that liquidation so that when it reverses, my market price, my average entry price will be much lower on this trade, and then that way when the top hits, it'll be much higher, more profitable. So that was my idea behind it. And as far as the other one goes, this is on weeks where if you want to trade futures on Luna Classic, this is where you come to trade on Luna Classic. I got 172 bucks over here, and that's because we had that nice big win over here on the Bitcoin long. And then right after that, we had another big win over here on the Crow long, because they were meeting with, because Chris Marsalek was meeting with Donald Trump yesterday. And I took the money off of it at 88% profit and 165% profit. Like I just didn't want to, I didn't want to get caught holding the bag. Now I haven't set an entry position here yet. I wanted to see how the market reacted to the news today. I didn't think, like, it could be an opportunity for an explosive move to the upside, but I got a feeling this market is going to dump super hard. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's going to absolutely dip. Do you still feel good about API 3? Matter of fact, I feel just as good about API 3 as I felt at any time. Here, if you look at the chart on API 3, it's not doing anything that it shouldn't be doing. You know, like, I would like to see that reversal and that big pump again. Like, because I still think that this is going to be one of those remarkable stories. But the market is not there yet where, you know, all of these things are starting to run and starting to rip. The market has not produced, and here, this is where this is important. This is imperative, actually. The market has not reached a point yet of saturation where, all of the money goes into Ethereum and then it cascades down and creates an altcoin season. We get these fake altcoin seasons. That's what's happening. In March, we got that fake out. It didn't last for very long. It was a nice little buildup from, say, you know, October of 23 all the way up to March of 24. That was a nice little run for the entire market. It really was, but it's not really a blow off. Like, that's not really a parabolic. It's not altcoin season. We need an altcoin season, and the altcoin season is just not here yet. When the altcoin season comes, API 3 is going to blow up. When the altcoin season comes, DevE is going to blow up. When the altcoin season comes, SHIB and Pepe and Dogecoin and, you know, a bunch of these other, they're just going to explode and blow up. API 3, again, it's $100. I think that API 3 ends up at $100, and the fact that it's at $1.86 right now is a gift that keeps on giving. The other day at $2.50, I was like, man, I don't want to buy more at this. I'm going to wait and see if there's a dip, and I'm going to see if it comes down to the 50 or the 200 MA, and it's at the 200 MA right now. So as a matter of fact, that's a good time for me to DCA and buy. So I'm going to buy more API 3 today. So if you are looking, this is what it looks like right there. It's at the 200. And by the way, you see right here, it golden crossed and then continued down off of a golden cross. So I do think that we're going to get an immediate and specific bounce off of it. And I think we'll start to see some higher prices coming in very, very, very rapidly and quickly. The one thing that it will be forever, quote unquote, linked with is going to be Chainlink. And I think as Chainlink continues on and continues on and continues on, then you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see Ondo start to do the same thing. And API 3, you're going to see it continue up in here. Like you see it dipped down here while Chainlink and Ondo continued on. It's because it hasn't been discovered yet, but it's about to be discovered. That's the whole purpose. It just needs that altcoin season to make it happen. So still going to absolutely rip and pop. If you haven't already, make sure you check out CC Coin. And I don't have much time to talk about it today, but make sure that you're checking it out. It's at its new all-time high. It's at 22.29 right now. If you check this out, then zoom out and look. A couple days ago, actually 24 hours ago, it went up to 23.63. And so it's consolidating again at a new all-time high. I am a liquidity provider for it, and it's got a pretty good, a pretty good, I'm making, a couple bucks a day off of it. So I'm just going to sit here and hold on to this for a little while. Hope the volume continues. Like this volume right now, 181,000. So people are starting to find, in my opinion, people are starting to find this. If they do that and they continue to keep finding this, then guess what? That means that the price is going to just absolutely start to soar. So we're going to see a big explosive move, in my opinion, for this coming up pretty soon. Like I think that, very soon we're going to see just a bang, big time move. So check it out if you want. BitBull. BitBull has gone quiet because, the market hasn't been kind. So in a couple days, I'm going to put out a new BitBull video and we'll see how this grows from there. These guys are real committed to it. But, again, a lot of people are being kind of, screwed out of the market right now and left to kind of sit on the sidelines and be like, when's it going to be my time? You know what I mean? Like that's the sense of discouragement that people like, that's how this works. They're discouraged right now. So, we'll see what happens from there. So, FOMO, the market, the FOMC, not the FOMO, the FOMC is going to have their thing. And we'll see what happens, and we'll have a clearer understanding. Now, as far as the flows in the market, yesterday we had inflows again. U.S. had 486 million in inflows on Bitcoin, and guess what? On Ethereum, 144 million in inflows. Guys, you are not bullish enough on this market right now, and it is true that market makers are setting you up. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't get jacked out of your position. This market is about to absolutely send. All of these projects are about to go just bonkers crazy, and you're going to be here for it. Okay. That's my time. I got to go. It's not financial advice. I'm always right. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll talk to you again very well. It's safe to say now that we're in the best phase of the bull market, and everything indicates that we've got 4 or 5 more active and volatile months in crypto ahead of us until spring. There are tons of bullish factors, and what especially exciting this time is that this bull run isn't fueled by retail. Top institutional players are making big moves, giving the market much more growth potential than previous crypto cycles. We can't afford to miss this opportunity. Given the current market situation, now is the perfect time to accumulate positions. While weak hands are selling, institutions are buying. And for those looking to maximize gains from this bull run without taking unnecessary risk, Cryptonomy has launched an innovative product that unlocks the full potential of their elite trading team. And guys, I am thrilled to introduce you to the Cryptonomy Margin Trading Program. With this program, every Cryptonomy user can fully capitalize on the current market phases, backed by phenomenal performance achieved by the Cryptonomy team, thanks to extensive preparation for this period. Now, let's talk about some of the key features. You can customize your trading position to fit your needs. You can select the duration of the trade, the leverage level, and any of the 700 plus available coins for trading, and they have a big supply. Profits accumulate daily in the native coin of your deposit. All trading activity is insured up to 6.1 GBP by the Cryptonomy Foundation, making this product highly secure for users while granting access to margin trading benefits and years of trading expertise. Combine this program with staking and the Launchpool to unlock the full potential of your Cryptonomy account. This allows every user to maximize gain during this period while eliminating risks and FOMO, which is critical at this time. Now, guys, if you are interested in future and margin trading, this is your time to get in. You can make a deposit and start trading today.